Yo, this is Afro, aka All Folks Reach Out, and you're listening to Built for This Network. Yes, sir. Hey, Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. As usual, you got your man HRap B coming at you live and direct. This is the End of the Bench podcast, featuring myself and my main man Joe from Houston. As usual, I want to let you know that in the event that you're unable to complete the podcast, you can check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on Spotify. You can check us out on iHeartRadio. You can check us out on Deezer, Podcast Deezer, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, Google Cast, and Podcast Addict, or wherever you get your podcast downloaded. That's where you can reach us at. We are also doing a live stream on YouTube right now. Just go to the End of the Bench, the End of the Bench. And then you can also get us on Spreaker and YouTube on the Built for This Network page. We are on Built for This Network. This is HRap B. This is Joe from Houston. What's good, Joe? Talk to me.
Oh man, I'm good, man. I want to start off by saying, man, happy Founders Day to my fellow brothers of Cap Outside. 110 years, let's keep it moving. Besides that, great week in sports. Finally got finished with football. Got a new, finished the regular season of football. Got a wild card coming up. Basketball is in full swing. Man, I'm excited.
Yeah, man. Salute to the brothers of Cap Outside. I got a lot of friends who are part of that same fraternity, that same world. And I want to say Happy New Year to all the listeners and supporters. Thank you for listening to us for all these years. Thank you for the support. Man, again, if you want to check us out, we are doing a live stream on youtube.com. You can come in, click the link, go to YouTube, The End of the Bench, THAENDOFDABENCH. I'll go to the chat room, put it in there. We're going to do a live stream. Just checking it out, man. And, there's a chat room in there. We're going to have some fun with this, man. We're going to have some fun. And maybe I need to be looking at the camera in the bench. But, you're not really tuning in and look at me. You're tuning in and listen to me. So if you're tuning in and listen, it don't make a difference in what I'm doing right now anyway, right? With that being said, it has been a hell of a week, as usual, for sports. It's always a hell of a week. You have bowl games, you have NCAA in full effect. You got coaches being hired, coaches being fired, soon to be hired. You have a myriad of things that's going on in the sports world. The NFL playoffs, the NCAA playoffs, college basketball, college football. Everything is going on right now. This is the top of the year. Shout out to anybody who loves sports right now, because you should be in your element having a great time. Big ups to you.
Facts.
Now, with that being said, man, you know what? Since the NBA is still at this early stages, I want to talk to you. First, I want to talk to you about a couple things before we get into the meat of sports.
Okay, talk to me.
I rarely do this, and I try not to do this. It's this guy. He has the most popular podcast in the world right now. He goes by the name of Vlad, DJ Vlad from Vlad TV. The reason I try not to listen to him is because, in my opinion, Vlad does not he does not paint a pretty picture for the culture. What Vlad does is put the people in the culture and what we call in the hood a trick bag. And why I say he put us in a trick bag is this, man. When Vlad does his thing, he asks questions, and a less mature individual won't be able to handle those questions. They'll give direct answers. And as an adult, intelligent people know you don't have to talk too much. You say what you need to say, and you shut the hell up. You know what I mean? So, Vlad presented one of my favorite guests on his platform. He's one of the few people that I watch with on there because he's intelligent enough to pivot and put Vlad in his place, right?
Okay.
So, with that being said, Vlad, what he does is this: he'll go, "Hey man, yo Joe from Houston, how you feel about this?" And it's really talking about somebody else's personal business, and I don't like
Right.
that because you don't need to talk about anybody else's personal business to put yourself in a better light. But he made a comment that one John Spider Sally, former Detroit Pistons, former Bull, former Miami Heat, former Toronto Raptor, and former Laker, won championships with the
Right.
Bulls, Lakers, and Pistons. Lakers and Pistons, exactly. And he said, "Yo, look, do you see what's going on with James Harden? You see how much money he makes?" And that's what I want to ask you about. Why is it that we only talk about athletes' money when we talking about the bros? When you're talking about people from other cultures, you hardly ever hear anybody's money being talked about, and I don't like that. What are your opinions? And
It
then I give you my
is.
point of view or whatever, whatever.
It's very weird in regards to what's going on because, as we always say, that sports is the way to get that minority out of the hood. So it's more so
It's,
that's what they're trying to push all that money into. Like as far as it goes, Matthew Stafford. I mean, just take the name drop or anything like that. But let's just say Matthew Stafford. Didn't he come from money? Or like what was it like? Sam Bradford came from money. So it's like once they get these big contracts, and it's like they don't excel. It's like, oh well, he had money beforehand, so that's why they really don't talk about it. But since we came from quote unquote nothing, came from the bricks of things in the dirt, and now since we got a little money, it's like, well, you're supposed to be playing your best. We giving you all this money, you're supposed to do something with it. But it's like, what about my counterpart? What about this guy right here? Because they always say the most important, even on football, they say the most important, I mean, the most popular guy is the backup quarterback. So it's like that man's making some money out there, but he not playing. But
he's
you
not
want to
playing at all.
criticize somebody, he not playing at all unless something drastic happens. Unless some Willie Beeman stuff happens. But that's a whole different story for a different
Right.
day.
It has
But
to be something
overall, it's
drastic,
like
or we don't even know his name.
right, right. So as far as it goes, he doesn't have any stats. So we have nothing to compare it to, but he's still making what $5 million. He's making more than some starting quarterbacks. What Cam make? 2 million.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think he made $1 million.
mm,
I think he made $1
so
million.
right there. So right there. So the backup quarterback gets no stats, and no one talks about his money. But Cam did his thing. James, like you said, James Harden doing his thing, and he get talked about. If James
Exactly.
Harden want to come, if James Harden want to come in and looking like Mark Henry by the body and drop 40 every night, do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
And that's exactly why I am, man. I mean, we looking at a dude. I mean, and see, everybody want to do this thing about, hey man, James Harden is fat and he this and he that, and Vlad was like, he making $35 million and he coming in fat. But what I don't understand is this. Watch this. Most of the people who tuning in right now, shout out to Ben from BS3, shout out to number one Chief Rocker, shout out to D Great,
Shut
shout out
up.
to my sister, man, my homegirl since 1985. 1985. Sabrina. And if y'all want to again, come to the chat room on no, I'm gonna say Instagram, on YouTube. Show brothers some love, or just stay on Spreaker. It's all good. But Michael Schumacher, here's the thing. You can be the highest paid person in NASCAR. You can be the highest paid person in a lot of these sports that most people from our culture don't pay attention to. And guess what?
Right.
You get paid way more than football and basketball players. Check this out.
Yep.
Vlad was like, didn't he just sign didn't Giannis Antetokounmpo just sign a contract making $35 million a year? That's insane. And this is why I love John Sally. John Sally's response was this. Well, Michael Schumacher making $85 million a year. Is he winning all the races? We don't even know what Jimmy Johnson making because Jimmy Johnson got the oil. or what? I always forget this damn word. Whatever. With sponsorships, all mechanics sponsorships, he got all that stuff coming in his pocket. He probably got some type of shoe deal,
Right.
you know, Pennzoil and this and that, and Chevy and Ford, and we see these guys
Spark
on TV,
plugs, batteries.
Spark, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And nothing. You go over to the Premier League in soccer.
Right.
Remember, I can't think his name. I think it's Messi. He was fried. He
Messi
was
the man.
done. And this chump, they paid him $150 million to come to America. They bought him out for $150 million, and then when he got, they gave him a bag. And I'm like, oh, so we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. But that's what I, you know. And then people want to talk about the drugs. People want to talk. What's up? I got my man up in the chat room. Much love, appreciate it, brother. Thank you for hitting both of them. If at all possible, man, you got the link. Hit the link in the chat room, please. Like, share. Then come on here to the YouTube. Get down and on the song. Look, this guy, Big Illinois. We ain't read no more Big Illinois chat all night. He say, why it ain't no Tim Duncan poster? That's what he got him. That's the Tim Duncan poster right there. Right there.
Oh, come on, man.
Right. Ian,
San Antonio. Hey, in regards to me, these are mans. These are my mans. Plain and simple.
Right. If you want to call in the number
773. Whatever order you want to put them on, put them in that order. I don't care. They in one picture. Three the hard way. One, no pause.
If you want to call 773-727-797-2409, 773-797-2409 is the number. But yeah, man, and that's what I'm, again, it always, people always wonder why I go cultural or racial. It's like, look at what y'all do to us. It's like, we don't know. Nobody ever talked about Larry Bird's paycheck. Nobody ever talked about nobody else's paycheck. But when it comes to the bros, it's always about their money. You mean scrubs in the National Football League that don't look like me and you? I mean scrubs in baseball that don't look like me and you? Scrubs in basketball that don't. Steve Kerr was a raw bone scrub. He was drafted by the Phoenix Suns because he played at the University of Arizona. No disrespect to Steve Kerr, but you can't tell me hundreds of Division I schools, hundreds of Division II schools, hundreds of Division III schools, hundreds of junior college ball players, all that, and Steve Kerr was the best y'all come up with? No.
Right.
And I'm cool with it. I ain't mad at you, Steve. Hell, you mean to tell me Harry Minor was the best joker out there? No. But what I'm saying is this. When it comes to the bros, it's always, look how much money he made, and look at what he's doing. And then you got, as usual, the Book of McFarlane's of the world. And that's what I'm going to go to next. But then you got people always pointing to the money. How many scrub-ass quarterbacks have just the Detroit Lions and the Browns paid? Just those two franchises, the Detroit Lions and the Browns. How many bums have they paid?
Man,
oh, you breaking up a little bit, Joe?
The past few years, I mean, we got
Go.
We got Manziel. They spend money on terrible people in regards to what's going on. Couch, Derek Anderson. So that money's being well wasted in regards to what's going on. But we know, but in regards to that, like you said multiple times before, we understand that the Cleveland Browns just can't get it right. So we understand they throwing this money at this quarterback situation. They gonna mess it up anyway. So we understand that. We understand at this point. They're gonna mess it up anyway.
I don't understand, because we're in a situation to whereas you never hear about all this money that they threw at Alex Smith. You never hear about the Heath Schulers. You never hear about the Tim Couches of the world. And when somebody say scrub, they go straight to my man from LSU, played for the Raiders.
Black guy.
They go straight to the bros. Jamarcus Russell, Achilles Smith. You always go to the bros, but what about all them times with Todd Blackledge in the 1983 draft, picked before Dan Marino, picked 10, 12, 15 spots before Dan
Right.
Marino, and he was horrible.
Right.
Ken O'Brien was average or
How
a
many
little
times they
above
talk about?
average.
How many times they talk about Ryan Leaf?
Exactly. Ryan Lee, but Jamarcus Russell is the poster boy for being a bum. Anytime you got a bruh, he the poster boy for being a bum. But these other guys, they say, well, yeah, it is. No. And that's why I'm tired of that.
My
I'm
my
tired of
man,
sick
my
and tired.
man, Johnny Manziel got a chance in every single football league. Johnny
He got
Manziel got a
they
chance in every
invented a new
single football
football
league
league
and
and
got kicked out in every league.
it's just crazy,
He
man.
got kicked out.
He and some of these leagues he didn't play his way out. He got run out the league. And people, oh man, well, I don't know, well, this, that, and the third. No, we know. But and then people get mad when you bring up race. Oh no, it's not always about race. In a lot of cases it is just about race. It's about race. And people don't want to acknowledge
it. It is.
People do not want to acknowledge it. So basically, it is what it is. It is what it is. You lose, there it is. Now, with that being said,
Facts. Exactly.
next topic, we put ourselves in a situation to whereas as soon as we've come to a point in society whereas you can't really criticize the brothers like you want to, but then they hire these brothers like Anthony Booger McFarland, and he comes out and kicks the brothers right in the face. Did you get a chance to listen to what Booger McFarland said? If so, what are your thoughts?
I heard it and I had mixed feelings. And I know I hate to be on the fence on this type of stuff, but it's like I understand what he was trying to say. It may have been the way he said it or the platform or where they presented it. That's where I have a problem with it. But I understand what he's saying. Like we talked about it last week. It's about these new athletes are looking for their brand before they actually doing something on the field. And that's where the issue kind of is. It's like, hey, let your game speak for your brand. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. Everybody not the highest, the highest draft pick in regards to the top prospect. But as far as it goes, once you get on that field or that court and you do your thing, the branding will come. It will come. So I understand what he's saying. I hate the way that it was put out, and that's probably more so the issue I have with it. But overall, I don't have a problem with what he said.
You know what? After listening again, bro, the problem I do have a problem. I have a problem with everything he said. I'm tired of having to understand where people are coming from. I'm sick of that. Oh, well, see, if you got a PhD in metabolics and you're a damn Buddhist, you're a yogi, and you can decipher all the universe.
Right.
Nah, man. Shoot straight. Speak your mind. Speak your piece. It's okay to say something that's disagreeable, so to speak. If you want to use that terminology, people can disagree with you. It's okay. It's okay if people disagree with you. But when all he said was these black athletes, the league is 80% black, and they worried about their brand. Yeah, but what's the difference in being black, worried about your brand, and being average to mediocre, and being Johnny Manziel, being Tim Couch, being any quarterback the Raiders have drafted, and since Steve Berline, and Steve Berline came out in '88, 33 years ago now.
Gotcha.
Any quarterback not named John Elway that the Broncos have drafted. Anybody
Facts.
not named Phillip Rivers, Dan Fouts, or this new boy, the Chargers is drafted. if you're mediocre and you stink, it not taking advantage of opportunities is not exclusively attached to our community. And I'm sick of people saying that. That's something that is, oh, well, you know what he meant. Yeah, but how did you hear it? Because when people
Facts.
say something, when we say something that's disparaging against other people, people don't say, well, like if I get on here tonight and I make a statement that could be perceived anti-Semitic, homophobic, or any other nobody's gonna be going, yo, HRap meant it like this. There's a million people start tuning into this. It's gonna be like the bigot on built for this network, the bigot on YouTube. That's all they're gonna say. Nobody's gonna be like that. YouTube gonna shut the page down. We ain't getting no run anymore, and we gonna hope to find another outlet. That's it. That's all. They'll remove this recording, and that's it. It ain't gonna be no, oh, see, this is what HRap meant. They're not going there. They're not going there, and that's what I'm tired of. We have to stop doing that, man. And I'm just sick of it, man. Now, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm looking at my list. I'm not gonna get into that until way later, right? I'm not gonna get into that till way later.
Okay.
But what I am gonna do is we're gonna get into the NCAA. The National Association of College Athletics Championship round for college football is in full effect. It's only 2 rounds. First of all, how do you feel about them only having 4 teams in the playoffs? And then I'll ask you the second part of that question.
So in regards to the college football championship, like they've always been talking about expanding it, since it started. We've always felt like 4 teams was upsetting because that 15 was always going to be mad. But then if we move to 8 teams, then 19 was going to be mad. So as of right now, this 2020 was a whole different year. So I think expanding it, not knowing exactly what all was going to go on, that really hurt the mind state of actually trying to move it on or trying to expand it to more teams. So as far as it goes, it was, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm with that. I had an issue again because Ohio State didn't have the prerequisites in regards to the amount of games, but they did that. So they showed that they should have been there. So in regards to it, hey, Ohio State, Alabama.
Let me interrupt you.
Hey,
actually, man,
looking pretty good. Go ahead.
Mandela put up a compelling argument on Chief Rocker's show Monday, man. Mandela made the statement, hell, the whole Big Ten missed games. So don't just point it at Ohio State. And to make it clear, I'm a University of Illinois football fan because I was born and raised in the state of Illinois. Not that I love them like that, but when they on TV, I'm watching them. I ain't watching Georgia. I'm not watching all these other people. I'm watching Illinois. I wouldn't have wanted to. Right. So Mandela kind of turned me when he said that because I did dumb enough. Duh. I'm living in the state of Illinois. I live in Big Ten country. I'm a Big Ten fan. So for people who thought, you just don't like Ohio State. Nah, I'm rolling with the middle of the map. You know what I'm saying? Get Maryland up out of there. I'm sorry.
Midwest.
Listening, live in Maryland.
Hey,
get Maryland up. Yeah, Penn State is but Penn State too. But it's like that with Penn State. You know what I mean? But and maybe because Penn State used to be a good team growing up. You make assortments, you make exceptions. Excuse me, for teams that no for situations. But but. So I kind of changed on there, but I still feel that way. But I understand why an Ohio State and/or / Big Ten fan will take that route. Go ahead, finish your thought. I just want to throw that in there, right?
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I mean, because truthfully, if it was, if I was the biggest Ohio State fan, I would be probably making that same argument. But me being the novice college football fan outside looking in, I'm never gonna go as deep as y'all go in regards to what's in who should play and what not. Because I've been asking that question for years now. So I've never understood it. I'm not gonna lie. But as far as it goes, Ohio State is in. They played. They kicked ass. They in the championship game. They did their thing. I mean, as much as we wanted to say, hey, they only had 5 games, well, they showed they asked in the 6th game. That's all that matters.
Yeah, well, the 7 game because that's the championship game. But yeah, same.
Well, yeah.
I mean, dude, the Ohio State
So I'm
Buckeyes,
not mad at it at all.
they damn near a pro team. They low key a pro team. So it ain't nothing not to like about Ohio State, man. I mean, remember a couple years ago, when we were on air, I was cracking the jokes. I'm gonna move to Ohio and grab one of these chicks, one of these 7-year-old sons with the deadbeat dad. I'm getting paid a couple years. Remember, I was telling that. So I ain't mad at Ohio, but it is what it is, man. But I got mad respect for them, man. And I know one thing. One thing is this. One thing is this. I'm not messing around with that Notre Dame bullshit. Y'all, Notre Dame can kiss my ass. I'm telling you,
they've been getting boat raced.
I swear to God, I'm starting to believe that they put Notre Dame in the NCAA championship game so they could get curb stomped. Every time they get in there, they get their ass curved. They get their mouth put on the curb and stomped in the back of the head. They get curb stomped every time. I love it because I hate Notre Dame.
They do.
They get their ass beat, and I love it, man. I freaking love it. Love it. Let Notre Dame keep getting in and let them keep getting their ass whooped by Ohio State, by Michigan State, by motherfucking Canada State, by California State, any damn state. Just let them get their ass kicked. I can't stand Notre Dame, son. No way.
Regardless of who they play.
Right. Only way I'm rooting for Notre Dame.
Shouts out to Rob Parker.
Right, man. The only way I'm rooting for Notre Dame if the Ku Klux Klan get a team. Anything short of the Ku Klux Klan or something like that, the white supremacist football university, I'm rooting for them. My man, Chief Rocket say that coach ain't shit in the big game.
Wow.
Fuck Brian Kelly too, man. Unless he come to Illinois, then he the man. But as long as he in Notre Dame, fuck Brian Kelly. I ain't trying to get. And I freaking hate that bum, and I cannot stand that bum. He is a BAUM bomb. But I ain't trying to hit none of that. Man, if it's Notre Dame, I promise you, dog, you think I'm kidding. I do not rock with, and for whatever reason, people in Illinois seem to have some type of kinship with them bums. I'm not rocking with them goofballs. I'm not rocking with nothing. The Golden Dome, if Ohio State playing them, if Michigan State playing, any state, I wouldn't give a damn.
Any state.
Any team playing Notre, my favorite team in college is the University of Illinois, and whoever beat Notre Dame. That's my favorite team. If you beat Notre Dame, sign me up.
Right.
I'm in. Like, I'm telling you. Right. That's why I'm in.
Right.
I'm telling you. Oh, I got you, Rocco. Just hit me up. I got you. We on this now, man. Me, you, we on this. Like, I don't know if not live show on air, but YouTube wouldn't let. But I got you, Rocco.
I ain't gonna lie. I like this.
Yeah, I'm dope, man. And I'm kind of cute.
That's There you go.
Back to Notre Dame. Back to that Notre Dame. Hey, yeah, I ain't letting up on Notre Dame. They going down. But this brings us to the national championship.
I understand you don't like Notre Dame. I mean, I don't know if it's just more so the team overall. I'm with that. Are there any players that have came out of Notre Dame that you actually watch and be like, you know what? I ain't like you then, but you cool now. That's all that matters. That's
couple cousins.
Say no more.
I got a cousin who just graduated from Notre Dame like 3 years ago. He was a linebacker.
Oh, say less.
I wasn't rooting for his ass either. If BJ would have kept playing, then my son was a hell of a linebacker, man. He was an undersized linebacker, but he was a hell of a linebacker. Look, okay. BJ first play ever in football, in high school football, was a strip sack, a strip. He popped up and made a block so the dude can run for a touchdown. That's my son's first play. And
listen here, Lawrence Taylor.
After a while, he just
listen here, Lawrence Taylor.
Oh no. He wasn't no football guy. He looked at my trophies. He was like, "Who trophies are these?" I was like, "Those mine." He's like, "Oh, okay. You think I can play football?" And he had never touched the football. And I was like, "It's kind of late, but we can do something." And I told him what to do. He went out there and made the damn team. And the rest was history. He played one season. But see, my son, as much as I talk about sports and like sports, tell you a story about him. You ever seen the episode of the Cosby Show when Theo said he wanted to play football and he started working on his touchdown dance? My son did the same thing, son. BJ was like, "Yeah, and when I score, I'm gonna do this touchdown dance like Chad Johnson." I'm like, "Bruh, what you mean? They don't touchdown dance." He's like, "Look, Joker, I'm doing this dance. I don't want to hear that.
I'm doing.
This what I'm doing. Let me get in and you gonna see this." And then he got on the team. Look again. Show you how much BJ just don't give a damn about he just don't give a damn about sports. BJ quit Little League. I think he quit organized baseball in like 7th grade. He go to high school. He tried for the team. He was killing. So I say, "B, what's up?" He come home. I'm laying on the couch. I say, "What's up? What happened?" He say, "Man, no, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything for him for like a month." I wasn't thinking because he don't like sports. He'll watch sports as a father-son activity. He ain't watching sports because that's his thing. He like, I'm kicking with Pop. Or he like going to the Sox games. We kicking at the Sox games. That was our thing. And so BJ was like, he came home for a little while and then it just dawned on me. I say, "Damn, hey man, we watching TV together." I look up and say, "Hey man, what with the baseball team?" "Oh man, I ain't make it." I'm like, "Oh well, you know." And then I was like, I say, "So what happened? Were you just rusty?" He's like, "Nah, man. I went out there. I thought I was doing my thing. And then when it was over, they told me to come back. But I ain't feel like coming back." I said, "They told you to come back." "Yeah, they cut me." I say, "BJ, that means come back tomorrow." Wow. That's how little he is in the sports. He like, "Oh, that's what that meant." And we just kept watching TV. I laughed because I didn't want to. And he was, man, my son, I still remember my first at bat. You know how little kids just swing and everything. I had always taught him, wait for your pitch. First bat, he was like, and he got a walk. No, he got a walk on his first at bat, and he looked over me and winked. That wasn't my pitch. And I asked him. I said, he said that first one wasn't my pitch. And then the next one, I mean, he's a cold-blooded shortstop. He was the man, but that's something I regret. Like, because he was like, "You mind if I quit?" And I didn't want to be that ex-athlete trying to live vicariously through his kid. So I was like,
vicariously through your son, yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, you can quit, man."
All right, go ahead. All right.
Right. I was like, yeah, you can quit. And I was like, I should have pressured him. I should have pressured him. Because I'll be telling them about every time we watch.
Should have got my
chilling. I say, "See, you could have got us out of poverty. It's your fault we still in poverty." I tell you about that all the time. Like I said, the same thing. My oldest son never played sports until he came out to live with me. In his freshman year, he became a beast and had good size. Yeah, man, they don't do sports like us. It's the video games and you know what though? I ain't mad. You know, I'm gonna sound super sexist, but hey, I'm HRap. That's what I am. You know what I mean? But they be on the chicks early though. They be on the chicks early. So I deal with girls.
But what they don't know is the athletes get the chicks too. So you can be on them chicks, but if you're a beast on the court on the field, them chicks gonna be there anyway.
Yeah, you ain't gotta say nothing. Yeah, but you know what? The funny thing is, the younger dudes got more confidence than we had, so they cool on the chicks, man. But yeah, hey man, I swear to God, I always be like, I should have pushed them. I should have pushed it. With that being said, man, back to the NCAA. The Clemson Tide, the Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Ohio State Buckeyes. Buck up. DJ Knox is in the building. Knox, I'm sending you this link, son. Right there. Get at me.
Man,
yeah, man, we got DJ Knox in the building, man. Built for this network brotherhood in the building. We strong, we steady. But who you got? Why? And what did you see?
well, in
Get off your
regards to
phone.
this,
See you now. You can't talk on the phone.
I'm researching. I'm always researching.
I can't.
I always got the research one. In regards to this, I mean, as far as it goes, it's been one-sided thing in regards to Alabama versus Ohio State. Granted, Ohio State won the last one. That's when Zeke was there. I love the Ohio State offense. I roll with Nick Saban because again, I'm still a novice at this. I expect it to be truthfully, if this was to end up being that Monday Night Football game with Kansas City and Raiders, meaning Rams, I'd be just fine. I don't care. I don't care who wins. I won't care who wins because it's in regards to I like both offenses, and it's like y'all supposed to have great defense on both sides, but it's like somebody's gonna fold. So hopefully it's not a quote unquote snooze fest or a game you might like the defensive game with like 6-3, 9-12, something like that. I would rather see, I want to see some scoring. That's what I want to see.
But let's keep it all the way funky. Don't nobody 7-3 game. Nobody in the history of sports want to watch a 7-3 football game. Not no national championship game.
Facts.
I'm quite sure the number one chief rocker is the
championship game.
Right. He the biggest Ohio State fan that I ever met in my life. And if it was a 43 game as long as Ohio State win, I'm sure he in the chat room, he'll let us know. I'm sure Chief Rocker want to see that game. I mean, nobody want to see no. I'm the dude who played defense.
Right.
7-3 game. Yeah, it was 7-3. KMA 7-3. I don't want to see that. No way, sir. But
right.
But
okay. So we're on the same page with that.
I want to shoot out. We want to shoot out. We want some big plays. I mean, these are two of the most talented teams in college football today. Ohio State,
Facts.
They usually have somebody in the Heisman contention. It probably would have had. Sure, Justin Fields would have been in there, and the goddamn quarterback, backup wide receiver from Alabama, and then they got that super defense out there, man. Hey, man, cats out here killing it, man. So ain't nobody trying to see no snooze fest. Snooze your ass. Chief Rocker said, yes, sir. Nobody want 7-3.
Yes,
that'll be a great game.
Okay.
With these teams, see, that's the beauty in sports. Whether it's a 9-7 baseball game where the pitches is trash, but they going at it, or if it's a 18 inning 1986 New York Mets versus New York Mets versus the Houston Astros, Billy Hatcher and that crew against Dale Strawberry, them a cliffhanger. As long as you in it, we don't really care. People at that point, championship game, let it be a shootout. Like, even though, because the Patriots, a lot of people love to hate the Patriots. Man, the Patriots ain't shit. Fuck them. Okay. If you lived in that Boston, New England area, the Patriots be the shit. But don't nobody want to Ram Patriots Super Bowl from 2 years ago. That was a snooze fest. They were bum-rific. Nobody wants to see that, man. I don't want to see that. I'm a sports guy. I like crazy about sports. Like I said, people like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, with their pure ignorance, have ruined sports talk for me. Watching ESPN for me, because when we were younger, Dan Patrick and Stuart Scott and them, you felt like they knew what they were talking about. Rich Eisen and these guys.
Rest in peace, Stuart Scott.
Yeah, rest in peace, Stuart Scott. They just reading off the teleprompter, But yeah, man, I don't have a preference to win. I want it to be 1,500,000 to 1,400,000. I want somebody I want it to be tied up at the end of the game and somebody throw a Hail Mary it bounced around, man. Ain't sure if it's your team on the end of the Hail Mary, I want you to run it all the way back out. Or and if your team catch it and win, then boom. Don't nobody want 3, 6,
Right.
8, 5. No,
Right.
no. Ain't no time for no damn shootout. Defensive struggles. No, struggle your ass.
At least we're on the same page then. Like, hey, if it was that, like the national championship, I always remember is the Texas and USC. Vince Young and Reggie Bush and company. That was the most exciting one I've ever seen because it came down to the final seconds and it was like, okay, whoever got the ball last gonna win, and that's exactly what happened. Like, it was just a shootout.
Last
so
person with the ball.
I definitely love that one.
You know, baddest one hit me, damn near, man. So I'm with you on that, man. I ain't trying. Y'all keep that defense struggle. Y'all keep that damn defense struggle. Y'all can have that because ain't nobody trying. I'm not trying to hear. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear it. Of course, I just want it to be a good game. As long as it's a good game, I can take whatever y'all got coming my way. It's it is what it is. It ain't what it used to be. But you know, like I don't have a dog in this fight. I just want it to be a very good game. It should be. Ohio State is healthier than everybody because they didn't play as many games. Alabama's damn near got a damn. They got a damn near pro team on the field every time they step on the field. So both these, like Chief Rocker said in the chat room, both these groups have top 3, top 5 recruiting classes every year. It's a party. They finna get it in. I love it. Keep it pumping. I'm down. I'm down for the cause. That's all I got to say in regards to that. But I'm with it, man. I mean, ain't nobody trying to not see no shooting, no scoring. Like I said, I do not want to see no damn. What was the damn New England Patriots versus the Rams Super Bowl? Y'all could have kept that shit. Y'all could have delayed that shit and played the 1975 Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers because that shit was horrible. That shit was straight morning, bro. Ain't nobody trying to. That shit that's stuff. But with that being said, who you picking and who you got for the Heisman? Well, you probably you don't know. You don't know.
Oh well, yeah, the Heisman. Yeah, don't even ask me about the Heisman. Like, okay, I'm gonna go with Justin Fields. We'll go with him. Yeah, because I think I'm gonna go with Ohio State. So I'm gonna say Justin Fields, and if I'm wrong, if he ain't even in the contention, give it to him anyway because he kicked ass for 5 games. There we go.
Right.
So there we go.
And wide receiver I think his last name is Jones, out of Alabama. The dude is amazing. He is clearly best player in the nation. And what I'm glad about this year, they have moved into a situation to whereas they're giving it to the best player this year, not the best quarterback. Because I'm so fucking tired of that. Oh, this is the number 1 quarterback in the league, so he might be the best pro, so he gets the Heisman Trophy, not the most electric, not the guy that takes over game and quarterback. Because you know what? You don't need Gino Torretta showed you can win the Heisman Trophy and be double bag of doodle. You could be straight bum ripping. You can
trash.
Be
you can be straight dumpster juice.
Man, straight garbage truck juice. You're not gonna be a good pro. You're not gonna be nothing but a dude who played for the youth. But with that being said,
none whatsoever.
I don't. If I had a coin, I would literally flip the coin. Oh, I do. Heads is Ohio State, tails is Bama. Flipping the coin. Ohio State by
it's 6. It's gonna land halfway.
Right. I just want it to be a good game.
Land halfway.
I'm rocking with them. If you don't like them, more than anything,
what you just said about the Heisman. What you just said about the Heisman, bring that caveat when we talk about this MVP for football. Bring that same statement in. So write it down and bring it back in. We're gonna talk about that in.
Here we go. We're going to talk about it right now, man. NFL playoffs have started immediately. You know what? I forgot, man. We got a sponsor for this segment. This segment is brought to you. This segment of the intervention is brought to you by all 27 of Deacon Dale cabs and 4 of his 7-Elevens. Because Deacon Haji
Yes,
Dale,
sir. Good looking, Dale.
you snack with no other like that. There it is, man. Deacon Dale. This segment is
Yes,
brought to you by the
sir.
one and only Haji. Haji. This segment is brought to you by Haji. Yeah, Smith from Bama.
Main man Dale. Good looking, man.
So this segment is the Deacon Dale saying we're gonna go basketball. Last night, man, the other night, you know, you are a big time LeBron James fan. I'm a supporter. I like him. Big ups to LeBron. Big ups to the King. But this a couple of nights ago, you remember at the beginning of the season or at the end of last season, Kyrie, the crybaby Irvin said, "This is the first time I ever had somebody on the end of the bench look down there and know they can hit the big shot." So they come up, he pop, he do his thing, he pull up, almost crack the backboard. They tip it out, Robert Ory style. My man KD shoot the patented fadeaway that you just knew was going on in. They missed it. Don't do it as a LeBron revenge statement. What are your thoughts on that play? And how should people, should the media ate his ass up?
Want to sip some tea real quick.
All right.
I know. In regards to that, though, it's very ironic. It's the irony in the situation. As regards to it, you guys are supposed to be the biggest closers. Kyrie. As Skip Bayless always say, he hit the shot of shots that gave LeBron his championship over the Warriors in Oracle. Okay. Kevin Durant, he hit the shot of shots in LeBron's house. So I mean, did you choke? Is this what we consider choking? Because I bet you if Kyrie took that, actually, that might be the same shot that Kyrie Irving took that he hit in Oracle.
That is.
And truthfully, right side of the court, 3-point shot. Ooh, damn. So was it not supposed to go in? So my thing is this. Kyrie, we always say it's one thing to stick your foot in your mouth, but it's another thing to step in some shit and stick your foot in your mouth. And that's exactly what happened. Because you said, because pretty much came out of your mouth, Kyrie, saying, hey, if I don't hit the shot, I know this man can. So just as God gave you the plan, you had a chance to hit it, you missed. The person you thought that could hit the shot, that you knew could hit the shot, had a chance and missed. It's like egg on your face. So do I feel bad about it? No. Did I laugh about it? For hours. 4 hours. Because it was just more so like taste the soup. Taste the soup. Where's the spoon? Aha. Aha. So that's pretty much how I looked at it, G.
You know what, man? And that's the sad part about the situation, because old school media will be killing Kyrie. But see, these guys, again, that's the beauty of print media. That's why print media will always be better than what we have right now. Because the dudes in print media, they didn't care.
Right.
Because they were gonna talk about it. And if they had any stones, they would still talk about it. Because whether I'm in the search for new favorite player in the league right now, whether you the dude on ESPN or you the dude at the USA Today, you're supposed to speak your mind. And I laugh at it now, like, oh yeah, so but see, me and you had dozens of conversations about karma. And we talked about clapping back. Remember?
Ooh.
We talked about clapping back. And in the event that you find yourself in a situation and you can clap back, sometimes it's best to just sit on your hands and do nothing about it. Because right now, Kyrie is looking like a super jackass. And, I listen, because I like Shannon, I listened to the show today, and I was like, yo, Skip, what's up? And it was like, nah, nothing. It's nothing, bro. I mean, nothing's up because
Yo, he shut Skip down. Jay. It was so funny because he asked him. He like, hey, so Kyrie missed the shot. Kevin Durant missed the shot. So does Kevin Durant have like? So if LeBron would have missed that shot, what would you say? In year 14, if LeBron misses this shot, what do you say? He doesn't have a clutch gene. Oh, so Kevin Durant doesn't have a clutch gene? When I tell you he jumped to a whole other subject, I thought we was playing Jumanji.
yeah, yeah, and
Because you
that's the
couldn't
thing.
just answer that question. You can't just answer that question.
And this is why
Hmm.
you don't throw rocks living in a glass house. Skip Bayless for the last 17 years have been saying LeBron ain't this and LeBron ain't that and LeBron.
Hmm.
And now the guys who you said were better than him, they didn't come through. And I appreciate the
Crumbling.
fact that,
Are crumbling.
yeah, and I appreciate the fact that Shannon came at it like a man. Because he had every right to curb stump Skip. And he didn't. And I loved it. And this is why that's like that's why me and you be talking. I'm like,
He
nah,
did.
man, don't go into it. Don't go in hard with that because
No
if you
need
go
to.
in hard, when it's your turn to get kicked, people gonna kick you extra hard. And it ain't worth it. It's not worth it.
They,
But it
they
felt good.
go
I'm not gonna
they
lie,
gonna
it
put
felt
on
good.
extra big boots to kick you with.
Yeah, yeah. But it felt good to see Skip Bayless squirming in that seat. And it just further proves that it just further proves that Skip Bayless is the fraud. That's why number one Chief Rocker, Ben from BX3, uh who else does sports shows? Chelani, us, with Big Illinois, uh uh any Trey and
Fish,
Maestro,
Michael,
Fish, yeah,
microwave.
Microwave. That's why we are better than them. That's why we will all, as long as we keep the mentality that we have, we will always be better than them. We will die better than them. And I'm
Facts.
not saying that because these the homies and man, I want them to support me, man. I got you now. But no, because we tell the unabashed truth
Mm-hmm.
with no problem. Because at some point we will have
Also,
hundreds of
what it
thousands
is.
of people listening to us and we don't need y'all. We don't need y'all to rock with us
Facts.
on that level. We don't
Facts.
need it because the people will support us. And they, ESPN and Fox and what is it? ESPN, Fox, Bleacher Report, they've lost sight of that, I believe,
Mm.
because they are looking at the
Yeah.
concept of, hey, if they if the people if the athletes stop coming on our show, the people will stop looking. But if you tell the truth, the people listen. But they will never switch over to
That's
that
true.
idea. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried. But hey, that's why I
Hmm.
say Ben,
Of course
Wade,
not.
Raka, Jelani, Barbershop Crew, Vince Wright, Sports Done Right, Sports Governor Minnesota. That's why we must continue to live in
They'll
our
do some they'll do some sports too.
yeah, yeah, because we have the
Yeah.
advantage because we are building our organizations from a grassroots position, and it's over. Once
Mhm.
we do this, we don't have
And
to.
it's and it's
Oh,
and
well,
it's more
if
so
this guy
right. And it's
don't
genuine.
come on,
It's genuine. It's more so us more so we using okay, we use stats, but we also use eye tests. So it's like pretty much everything that we talk about, yeah, it's the 50% stats because I'm gonna say, yeah, he better than him because he scored more points. But then the eye test is gonna say, hold on, my man scored 30 points in the first half, ended up with 34 at the end of the game. What happened in the second half?
thank you.
Like if you
And
kill in
that's
the
what
first
people
half,
don't
second half,
believe.
you hey, as far as the goal, you should have had 60. You should have had 80. Why you only number 40?
And
Nah,
that's the
so
part that's
nah,
missing. Just hey
yeah.
man, it's okay to you should feel as a player it's okay to be criticized. Like what Philip Rivers was doing. like Phillip Rivers was doing. He's just reading the paper now, and he don't get mad. But hey, man, who cares if you get mad? Stop stinking. That's the key. Stop
The
stinking.
greatest.
Now,
Hey, my man, the greatest said he wants the game to be Ohio. Hey, my man, the greatest said Alabama 3, Ohio State 0.
damn,
How many is he great?
you alone in that one. You're alone with that one. I don't want to see no 3-0 game. Fuck that. None of that.
Go ahead.
He
Go
get
ahead,
that
my
3.
brother.
I don't want to see no blowouts. I don't want to see no 17-24 game either. I want to see a 33-27 or something like that. I don't see no blowouts.
Facts.
Fuck that. I don't see that. I told you I want it to be a Hail Mary, a couple of flips around. They run out the end zone with it going the other way, fumble at the 50, running back. I want to see that. That's how I want the game.
One of them back and forth.
Just chaotic, like that Cal Berkeley Stanford game, John Elway senior year, when the band on the field. I want to see that. I don't want to see no low scoring game. The NBA season is still young, still got milk behind the ears. It's brand new. Your boy KD tested with the boo-boo flu, tested positive with the boo-boo flu, so he out for a couple weeks. What has shocked you? What has disappointed you? What are you looking forward
to? What has shocked me is that, in fact, that I can be the first to say I was wrong quite a few ways in regards to the predictions we made when we first started talking about the NBA season. I like the Hawks. I know I gave them some leeway, but they actually might have something coming together. That young core, they are coming together. I gave Orlando a slight. Sorry, Orlando, y'all kill it. As far as it goes, Aaron Gordon, you kind of getting into the mode, but I think you need to listen to me. Like I told Steph Curry, take them braids out your head. You might get back right. Philly is rolling.
You're horrible.
The way that Ben Simmons. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, you may be listening, but it worked. It worked for Steph Curry because I believe Steph Curry heard me a couple weeks ago. So Aaron Gordon, it's your turn, my G. But as far as it goes, Philly's been doing their thing. Man. Even shout out to Chief Rock and his Knicks because they are actually playing very formidable basketball right now. That rookie, was that Obi Toplin? I think that's his name. Apologize if I butcher it, but he's Obi-Wan Kenobi. There we go. He's doing his thing. So as far as it goes in the East, they killing. I mean, the East. I'm loving the East. As far as it goes, I'm still not loving the whole Westbrook in Washington trying to deal with Bradley Beal, so that's a little weird. As far as the West goes, I mean, Kawhi's back after he got his bust in the mouth. We saw what Paul George did by himself. They coming together. I try to, stand up for my man Luka. He's trying to come together and everybody. So, Kane's still doing his thing. CP3 is helping out Devin Booker down there and Aiden. So it's like, hey, even though it is still young, this season is amazing.
Hey man, I didn't ask you for no NBA League preview. I asked you.
But you asked me how you like it. And I like it all. See, that's the best thing about having League Pass. That's the best thing about having League Pass. You should go watch everybody. And the games continuously come on.
This big Julio Iglesias calling. This is the Bench Podcast. Who do I have on the phone? Talk to me.
Hey man, it's Noise 73, man. I ain't get my hair ain't combed, man. I can't get on camera, man.
Hey man, we ain't trying to date you, son.
What's going on, bro?
Chilling, man. Late for work again,
Chilling, man. How you doing, brother?
Hey, you on camera now. We got video now, so you late. Ain't no unemployment in 2021.
Hey man, you can get it in Illinois. It's illegally.
Man, I no comment. You ain't finna come on here with no felonious conversation, man. We're not doing nothing nefarious on the end of the bench on built for this network, man. Stop with your illegal activity, man. Knock it off, buddy. Talk to me, man. Well, what you like? What surprised you? What are you looking forward to in this National Basketball Association season?
Hey man, well, I want to talk about my Spurs, what they 4-2.
Really?
Last place,
Huh?
4-2 with the
You want to talk about broccoli, huh?
Man, it's actually it's tough. We had a few blowouts the first week, man, but it's actually becoming interesting, man. I want to see what
Okay.
what team can test the Lakers, man.
All right. What don't you
A
like?
math test?
What you looking forward to?
Actually, I'm looking forward to the young cats from the Spurs, man. Continue to play well without Marcus. Hopefully, we can trick somebody into taking that contract for maybe a bag of tennis balls, a washing machine, or something. But I'm looking forward to the Spurs, man. I don't think we're gonna make the playoffs, but should be competitive. Though.
Hey man, the Spurs are 2-4. You said they were 4-2.
Oh, they 2-4. I thought they were 4-2. I'm sorry, man. You sure, man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
They're at the bottom. They're at the bottom of the map.
Hey man, I don't believe that. Like Keith Rocker won't believe the Giants going to the playoffs. I don't believe that.
Well, big Midlothian, it's not happening. Well, with me, man, what I like is the Knicks. The Knicks are one game above 500. I know it's only 7 games into the season, but like I always tell y'all, basketball is best when New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and one of those teams in Texas is doing well. When those places are killing, the NBA is better because it covers the entire map and it makes it more palatable. It makes it. What I don't like is the fact that the NBA still ain't got on to the position of showing everybody on TV. There's a lot of games that are on TV that shouldn't be on TV. You know, it's like, what's going on? What are you doing? And what I'm looking forward to is me. You know what, man? What I'm looking forward to is watching them damn New Brooklyn Nets crash and burn. I am looking forward to watching the Brooklyn Nets crash and burn because whereas Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant are 2 of the most talented ball players in the National Basketball Association we have today. They did a whole lot of woofing and talking, and they're too stupid to get off that bandwagon of hate LeBron. I've never seen that. Now, a lot of people didn't like my all-time favorite player, Isaiah Thomas, but you didn't find that out until after he left or at the end of his career. Right. You finding those things out now that people didn't like Isaiah Thomas. These dudes are sitting around in front of mainstream media talking about they don't like this guy, something I just don't like. I don't like it, and I ain't trying to hear it no more, man. I am not trying to hear it, and I'm glad that they are not doing as well as they could be doing. I understand that at some point in the near future, they will get it together. They will work it out. I understand. But at the end of the day, I don't like those 2 guys personally. Can you criticize their ability to play basketball? No, you cannot do that. But I just don't like them because they play into the situation, us against the media, then they want to get all Carl Thomas emotional and mad. They do a lot of talking, but they don't want to do a lot of hearing. If you dissing people, I got one of the biggest mouths on the internet at this point. One of the biggest mouths in Chicago or Illinois. And if you criticize me, I just got to throw up the forearms and block and keep it moving. So that's what I'm not liking. But I am liking
that's all you can do.
Yeah. I'm like you, Joe. I'm like the fact that the Suns are doing that thing, And you know what? You know what annoys me more than anything? And I want y'all opinion on this. Why ain't nobody talking about this bang up job that Doc Rivers is doing? The Sixers only lost one game. And I told that was my prediction. I told y'all watch out for them Sixers. And
let me check my notes and see why I had Philly at. Because if I had Philly towards the bottom, I might have to apologize to them too.
man, ain't nobody talking about Doc. Another surprise is the Orlando Magic. They out there hooping. This is starting. I want y'all to talk on this. If anybody want to join in the chat room, y'all welcome to talk to. I want y'all thoughts on this. I'm starting to think the NBA is taking a turn towards the NBA, not in regards to style of play, but in regards to level of competition. This is starting to look like the 80s and 90s again. Because when you look at this, Philadelphia dominating, Orlando killing, the Pacers looking good, the Celtics are going to be good. The Knicks, they might be around 500 all year, but hell, if 500 in the East will get you in the playoffs. The Cleveland Cavaliers will eventually crash and burn all to be damned. I'm not expecting anything out of them. The Bucks gonna take off. The Miami Heat gonna take off. The Hawks, they might level out. The Bulls have they woke, and the rest of them teams I ain't really looking for a lot. I think the Raptors are gonna wake up too at some point. Then when you go out west, Denver gonna wake up. Houston is gonna wake up. Hopefully Sacramento and Dallas level off. Portland gonna wake up. It looks like the Warriors are woke. I don't know about the New Orleans Pelicans. The Jazz is gonna be there. The Lakers gonna be there. The Phoenix Suns, they gonna fall off around to the AFC. And the Clippers gonna be there. The NBA is looking wild, mad. It's looking mad competitive. Talk to me about that, brother.
But don't forget, this is the first year where they having them playing games. So like you're not set into the playoffs because 7 seed through 10 seed have like a play-in series. So like you might be, like you said, you might be 8th seed, but you might be playing a 9th seed to make sure you get in. So as far as it goes, you might have to step your game up, getting to them top 6 seeds to make sure you ain't got to play back in. So that's more so what that may be. But as far as it goes, this is going to be, like you said, a lot of teams going to fizzle out. You know, the ones that start off hot, hopefully the ones that we're actually looking forward to seeing, they stay hot. And the ones that got off to a slow start, hopefully that finally starts to level out when those other teams that got off to high starts slow down. So as far as it goes, the NBA does level itself out. You know, everything plays itself out. We've seen that a couple of years ago when the season started earlier or later than it was supposed to. We've always saw that. First month and a half, you know, everybody is either gun-ho, killing, or just not doing anything. But as far as it goes, we should be good. It's going to be a good season.
Yeah, it's looking like that, man. It's looking real good. Chief Rocker is impressed by the rookie that
You went away, B. Oh, we lost B. We lost B. You still there? I think we lost B. Ant, you still there? I hear you again. You back? As far as it goes, it's just me as of right now. So what we were talking about is NBA. As I said, the NBA should be leveling itself out very shortly in regards to the teams that are actually doing their thing. You know, as far as we got, let's see what's going on.
I'm back, Joe. Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what happened.
That is most.
I'm back.
You be?
I'm back.
All right. Speak on it.
No, no. Oh, well, yeah. Well, a lot of the things that you were saying is exactly how I feel. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what the hell happened. Sorry for the interruption. That brief interruption, guys. We still on, and then the good thing is the speaker is still on, so we didn't lose anyway. Hopefully, we ain't lose anything. Let me go to the speaker app. Oh, yeah, we ain't lose anything, man. Only thing we lost was Big Illinois, and he calling back right now. I don't know what the hell happened. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. As you were stating before we got rudely interrupted. What's good? What's good? My man said T1 Fifth for the Fab Five is in the building. Like you said, man.
Said T. My man said.
It's looking like the National Basketball Association is definitely back. We're gonna be in for a treat. So it's on, man. I'm definitely looking forward to this NBA season. I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully this can hold up. I hope they don't reduce the season. It's not good to me at all. Period. Big Illinois, what's good, man?
I mean, as far as it goes, it should roll smooth. As far as it goes, I mean, haven't really. I mean,
the season's been much better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. I apologize for that brief interruption. I made a mistake, hit the wrong button. I realized what I did. The good thing is the wrong button didn't stop anything. Everything kept going and went blank for a second. I apologize. I got to apologize to our sponsor, our number one sponsor, Deacon Dale Cabs. Shout out to Deacon Dale Cabs, where you can get a cab and go from coast to coast, and on your way from coast to coast, you can stop at any one of his 7-Elevens in 44 states. That's our number one sponsor on Built for This Network. That's Built for This Network. Number one sponsor. So yeah. Yeah, man. Y'all didn't know Deacon Dale was a sponsor of the show? Oh, damn. It is what it is, man. Deacon Dale, man.
Yeah, we
Yeah, man. You know, Deacon Dale, man. You gotta love him. But let's go ahead and get this thing started with let's get the thing started with the National Football League talk. National Football League is in full effect. The playoffs have started. People are getting fired. Let's talk about White Monday and a bunch of people losing their jobs. There are 5 National Football League jobs that are wide open. Let me pull a list up of the Peppers who are unemployed. We are looking at the Detroit Lions, who I wish burn in hell. It has nothing to do with my connection to Chicago. It's the way they play Jim Caldwell. That's why they need to be fired. The New York Jets have fired their head coach for the first time in the history of the universe. The AFC North are keeping all of their coaches.
Right.
The Texans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Los Angeles Chargers have also fired their coach, and the aforementioned Detroit Lions, which I want to burn in hell for the way they played the homie Jim Caldwell. Talk to me. Where is the job that you think is the best? If you were up for a head coaching position, where would you go first?
Hey, before you say something, I just want to say something that y'all noticed on. You know how they was coming across the screen. Gus was fired. I forgot who else was fired. I mean, they parted ways with the Jacksonville coach,
Gus Marone.
They parted ways with these other coaches, but they fired. Funny from San Diego.
Yeah, Anthony Lynn. If it's a God in the sky and Jesus is listening to the End of the Bench podcast, I seen him in the chat room. I know he listened. What's up, Jesus? If John Gruden got anything that resembles what they call a brain, I hope like hell that the Raiders hire Anthony Lynn and then they could beat the Bears in the playoffs and piss off number one Chief Rockets Jersey Burn. Shout out to HRap pissing off his main man, number one Chief Rockets Jersey Burn.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
But in regards to the now you good. In regards to the team that I would go to, I mean, as crazy as it sounds, I would be going to the Los Angeles Chargers because, as we've always said in the past couple of years, we've always felt that it was some last minute things that need to be changed or some little things that happen at the end of the game that killed it for them. So it's not a bad team. They just can't truly stay healthy. So by even having a quarterback of the future, having some wide receivers, running backs, got the defense, that's a great position to be in. I also, I'm right up the street from them, the Houston Texans. I mean, as far as it goes, the defense isn't what it used to be. It used to be locked down like it used to be, but you still got Deshaun Watson, Brandon Cooks, and lost King still, but they still got the few people that they do have. So as regards to you might be a step away or a player away in regards to free agency, turning that team around. So as far as it goes, those are the two most delightful positions that if I was a coach, that's where I would want to go.
Big Illinois.
You know what, man? That Jacksonville Jaguars, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they got the number one pick. Plus, they got what $100 million in salary cap space.
And the pick,
that's attractive, man.
And they got 4 of the first 50 picks.
You say what?
And they have 4 of the first 50 picks.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a few coach that want to be put your hand in, like, if that's the type of situation that if I'm a John Gruden type that I'd want to go into.
I wish he would. I think you're right. John Gruden should want to go there.
You got an owner who don't be all up in your business.
Get him out of LA.
The Jaguar.
I must agree with Big Illinois, even if I didn't agree with what he was saying. I agree, but I have to extra agree with him because I think John Gruden should go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I agree with you, Big Illinois. I agree. John Gruden should go there.
Whatever gets John Gruden out of town. whatever gets John Gruden out of town, you with it, huh?
I mean, get him out of Vegas and keep him out of Chicago. Big Illinois, do what he said. Keep him out of Chicago and get him out of Vegas. And yes, John Gruden, do you hear that? Do you hear that, John Gruden? It ain't about the money. Don't make it about the money, John Gruden. Ain't no state tax. Ain't no
Just go.
tax in the state of Florida. Jacksonville is in Florida. Used to live in Florida. It ain't even far away from Tampa.
Oh man.
Hey man,
yeah,
off topic,
he gonna be there forever.
I just looked up at the TV screen, and this is bogus, man. I'm super bogus for this. But Trevor Lawrence's father, Jeremy Lawrence, looked like Barney, the drunk dude off The Simpsons. Man, I'm just saying. He looked like Barney.
Too.
Yeah, they got a live Barney. I'm like, they got a live Barney. They got Barney live. Like, man.
Oh, wow.
Technology is something else. They didn't name Barney like that dude. Like, he looked like he finna go, up there, Homer. But that was bogus as hell. I know that's wrong, but it's funny. It's still funny. The most desirable job, for real, it depends on the mentality of the coach. Because, believe it or not, man, that Jets job ain't that bad if you that type of coach. Right. Because I'm not saying Sam Darnold is good. I'm not saying that he's good. But if you are that Andy Reid type of coach, think about it like this. The Jets even though he a low key bigot, and then nobody want to talk about that. Oh, they was talking about them being a bigot, but even though I think he a low key bigot, you know what I'm saying? He's suspected white supremacist because he rolling with the Donalds, but they don't have no problem spending no money up there in the Jets. And if you are the Andy Reid mold, the quarterback guy, that ain't a bad job. That's not the most desirable, but that technically is not a bad job because look at it like this. When they had the tuna, he turned it around in a year. You see what I'm saying? Right. So if you got, they don't mind spending money. They obviously draft well because every year they drafting a good player and send them someplace to win. They always drafting good ball players. They just don't have nobody at the top to control it. So that Jets job ain't that bad, and it goes back to like we said as a quarterback for as a quarterback when we was talking about last week. Would you want to go to the Jets? Hell yeah, because if you fool around and win in New York, you a god. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's the most desirable, but people not paying attention to the Jets. Oh yeah, we ain't even talk about the Falcons either. I would go. The most desirable is clearly to me San Diego because Los Angeles because they're ready to win right now.
You owe me push-ups. You owe me push-ups for that.
We do push-ups already. That's all. But I think that's the most. The Chargers, Jacksonville, and believe it or not, the Falcons. Because you just have to reconfigure that roster. And
we just don't like Dan Quinn. We just don't like Dan Quinn. We just didn't like Dan Quinn because overall we just knew that he gave up so much. Like in regards to dude, you was up 28-3. Run the ball, take some time off the clock. So any decision he made, that's the reason we didn't like the Falcons. You know, as they was giving up all these big leads, we always blamed it on Dan Quinn. Once Dan Quinn was gone, they actually won a few games. So okay, Falcons could be in there.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at that. They got talent down there. They got Julio. They got Calvin Ridley or whatever his name is, other wide receiver. And I think that's a desirable place to go, man. I think that's a desirable place to go because talent. They got talent. I know, like I said, I am perpetually a Detroit Lions hater. Until they get rid of the damn ownership group, I will always hate the Detroit Lions. Mm-hmm. And it has nothing to do with the bad.
Okay.
You know, I root against the Lions because I'm a bad because I'm from Chicago, but now I hate it. I hate, you know how most Bear fans hate the Packers? That's how I hate the Lions. Because they played Jim Caldwell. I don't like that at all. Yeah. I don't like that at all.
Well,
let's talk about the matchup, man.
It's almost personal.
It is because, dude, you fired this man for what?
And that's the crazy part about it. Like even Indianapolis did him bogus. Indianapolis did Jim Caldwell bogus too, because it was the season like right when Peyton Manning was still Peyton Manning, and then like the next year was like neck surgery, and then the year after that was like we got Andrew Luck. So it's like we fired him for the 2-14 season. We had Dan Orlovsky.
And he sucked us up.
Come on now. So Indianapolis played him. Whole different story for a different day. But like they fired him in Indianapolis, and then of course, matter of fact, it might have been after the year they went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Saints. It might have been that year they fired. But it's boom. And then so I feel like they played him. And then when he went to Detroit, we saw what happened there. So like you had a way better winning percentage than Patricia, but he stayed for 3 years. So I'm with you.
And
Detroit
I
and
said,
yeah.
even though I agree totally with you, I'm not gonna ever take up for those bums, and I'm not gonna take for those bums in Indianapolis, never ever. But at least they can say, well, he had a bad year. We just gonna start from scratch, right?
But you lost. Okay, you lost your franchise quarterback, and then
But
like
I'm
in
just saying,
regards to this,
that's a lot. They can
and
no,
but
just no, we
that's a
right
big
here.
one too.
But what I'm saying is, at least they got a
Okay,
bullshit lie. They got a flat out BS lie that they can tell.
right.
Well, he had a bad year. Jim Caldwell never finished under 500. So I ain't rocking. I ain't rocking with them, man. Big Illinois?
I'm with it. I'm with you.
No, I was asking Big Illinois. Is he still there?
I don't know. Yeah, don't worry. Oh,
Hey man, stop using the reefer, man. That's why you ain't get on. That's why you ain't use the camera. You smoking weed, man. I said you smoking weed. That's why you ain't want to get on camera. We know what's the act. We know what you're doing.
Hey man, I ain't smoking weed like 3 years.
Allegedly. No, we were just talking. We're gonna get to this Super Wild Card weekend. Buffalo Bills versus the Joe from Houston's, aka the Indianapolis Colts. Talk to me. You go first, Big Illinois.
Hey man, I'm rolling with the Colts.
No need to ask Joe from Houston. I'm going with the.
hey,
I'm gonna go.
but hey, I'm rolling with the Colts. But as I always said, beginning of this season, as granted, I'm a Colts fan. I ain't gonna lie. By Phillip Rivers being our quarterback, I'm excited for us to be in this position. Now, I hate that we playing the team that's been the hottest team in the past month and a half in regards to the Bills. At the beginning of the season, I had Josh Allen in my MVP running. So it's like I've been following this team. The boys is bad. So as long as it's formidable, I'm taking the Colts, but it's gonna be a good game. I'll say that much. I'm gonna be a realist.
I think they have enough defense to put pressure on Josh Allen. Josh Allen still is not the quarterback he needs to be in regards to taking over a playoff game.
That's why I picked the Colts. I went with the better defense.
Right. Because I have zero faith in
y'all just gave me way more faith than I even had. So I appreciate it. So hey, I'm doubling down on the Colts then. There we go.
Next up is the Rams versus the Seahawks. This at one point this would have been the premier playoff game, but it's damn near the who give a damn game. Talk to me, Joe.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Seahawks only. Mainly because of Jared Goff being out.
That might be today.
That's more so main thing than anything. Touche. But in regards to, I just never felt right about the Rams in regards to the year. The defense is doing what they're supposed to do, but the offense wasn't clicking like it was supposed to. So I do believe Danger Russ should just get it going. They at home. It should be just fine for the Seahawks.
Big Illinois.
You know what? Jamal Adams playing? I know you heard his shoulder or something, but they ain't got no quarterback for the Rams, so give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams too. My man RC said Seahawks by 10, Buffalo by 7. But I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with the Seahawks because no Jared Goff. Cam needs to be trying to pack up and move that way because I think that their coach will fix Cam. And we saw the last game of the season. Bill Belichick had it looks to me. It gave me the impression that Bill Belichick had the cuffs on Cam. Because when nothing was on the line, he let it fly, and Cam looked like Cam again. So I'm gonna go with Cam with this. Chief Rock said don't double. Don't double.
He
So,
said, hey, we got different type of faith. See, the only reason they lost is because you tried to jump on a bandwagon. I drive the bandwagon. It's a difference.
touche. And another French word. Okay. The Washington racial slurs versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I think this is actually going to be a good game. I'm going to give it to Tampa Bay though. Even though I do feel that they're going to put a real good hurting on Tom Brady. He going to quote unquote feel it the whole game. They might stick in their teeth. They might win the battle, but they're going to lose the war because he's going to feel it for next week. Chase Young pretty much said he want all the smoke. I want Tom Brady. I believe he's going to do something and put that man on his butt a couple times. So.
Big Illinois?
I'm going to roll with Tampa in a close game, man. I say Tampa by 3, man.
RC says Tampa by 14.
That Mike Evans injury is that's a tough one, man.
Me personally, I'm going to go for the upset. I'm going to go with the racial slurs because they have the ingredients to win. Anytime you can put that smoke on Tom Brady, look, their quarterback is just as sucky as the Bears, and their defensive line is twice as good. You put that heat on Tom Brady, he getting up out the kitchen. I don't think it's gonna be. I think it feel like either the racial slurs will blow them out, or they gonna blow the racial slur. I mean, either the racial slurs gonna win or they gonna blow them out. I don't think it's gonna be a tight game unless the racial slurs win. Alex Smith will not finish the game. Look for AB to torch that defense. And everybody talking this. That's from the homie RC. Everybody's talking this stuff about you don't want to pull on Superman cape, so to speak, and all this and all that.
Don't poke the bear.
Yeah, don't poke the bear. But he ain't Superman no more. And the last time he faced the defense that was gunning at his ass this hard, one of y'all gonna have to turn y'all phone volume down with the show playing. Whoever is every time throughout his career, early in his career, when the Pittsburgh Steelers with Joey Porter and Harrison was smoking his ass, he couldn't hang. When Ray Lewis used to put that smoke on his ass, he couldn't hang. When Dwight Freeney was putting that smoke on his ass,
Mathison Freeney
was putting that smoke on his ass, he couldn't hang. When when
Von Miller
Boom in the regular season put that smoke on his ass, he couldn't hang. When you put that smoke on him at any point in his career, he cannot hang. He's a flincher. I've been saying that. I'm a Tom Brady guy, but he's a flincher. RC says he just don't trust Alex Smith. I trust Chase out of Ohio State. Chase Young, I trust him.
And even with that Super Bowl with the Seahawks, I still feel that was supposed to be lost. That was like the Patriots not supposed to win that, man. That was regardless. That was supposed to be ran at the 1 yard line from Marshawn Lynch, and that was not supposed to be thrown. So that was the luckiest thing that ever happened. Like, so that should have been an L in the Super Bowl for Tom Brady. So I want to stop saying that he beat the Legion of Boom because Russell threw it away.
No, he beat him.
Got in there. So
no, you sound like Skip Bayless now, man. He beat him. He beat him.
All right.
Because if that's the case, Eli didn't beat him.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
You win.
I take. I'm sorry, Charlie Murphy. I take it back. I can still feel that way, but I take it back. I take it back.
RC seems to be two tight end set to double chase Young. I just think I think that defensive line, they have too much defensive line credibility to I don't have no faith in Tom Brady anymore. And I think the playoffs is going to expose that.
Right.
I think they're going to put that smoke on him, and that's going to be his ass. Because, I mean, Tom Brady used to be a great quarterback. He used to be an awesome quarterback. He's a very good quarterback. And when you go from great to very good, and they put that smoke on you at your height, and you couldn't take it, I don't think you're going to be able to take it now. With that being said, fresh from the Deacondale 7-Eleven in the middle of Baltimore, Maryland, the Baltimore Ravens against the Tennessee Titans. Hey, this is the used to be bowl. There used to be the Browns versus the used to be the Oilers. Who y'all got?
Wow.
All right, I got Baltimore.
This is probably going to be one of the best games of the weekend because it's going to be a great
first good playoff game.
Joe?
Okay.
You were talking.
This is going to be one of the best games of the. This is going to be one of the best games of the weekend in my eyes because it's going to be all running. I do feel that Baltimore is going to take over because once they start to once the running game slows down in regards to Tennessee's side, I don't believe in Ryan Tannehill. I don't believe he's going to be able to make the formidable throws that needs to be thrown. So I believe in Lamar Jackson a little bit more. So I'm gonna roll with Baltimore Ravens.
I'm going with the Ravens as well because I think the Ravens are designed to stop that run stuff. And when you design to beat that run stuff, the way they talk about Lamar is who Ryan Tannehill is. This is why I laugh at people when they tell me that the running game is not paramount anymore. Because without Taylor and without one man who got hurt, Taylor go down, I think Bill Murray would have been looking just like he was looking last year with the Chargers. I think as long as Harbaugh don't get cute, they'll win this game walking away because they're gonna load up, make Tannehill throw to him. And the Colts are going to shut that foolishness all the way fucking down. And king of the cock jockeys in the chat room, Kirby, talking this Tom Brady shit. He heard him all year. And now he's still talking that Tom Brady shit. That's another reason I didn't want Tom Brady to get hurt. Because guess what? This dude used to sit in the barbershop every week and tell me Tom Brady was a system quarterback. Now he Tom Brady. He got Tom Brady pom-poms. Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, man. Chicago Bears versus New Orleans Saints. I'm going to go first on this one. I don't think the Bears got a snowball's chance of fish grease to beat these dudes. Their offense is putrid. Trubisky's a bum. Their defensive calls are shaky at best. And Alvin Kamara is back from COVID. I don't think they got a chance.
I agree with you 1,001%. I don't think the Bears are going to do anything as far as it goes, unless something drastically happens in the first couple series where nothing else can work for the Saints. That's the only way the Bears will win. But it's going to be draws kicked in.
Oh, by the way, RC said Tennessee by 7.
Hey, man, bear down. Bears by 3, man. Close game.
And this is why the Bears ain't won a fucking I'm 50 years old, and this is why the Bears ain't won a Super Bowl since I was in high school. Because don't nobody everybody
the Bears only gonna score 3? Did he say the Bears only gonna score 3?
No, that ain't what he said. Say it again, Big Illinois.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. Bears by 3, man. Don't make y'all think that New Orleans Saints offense gonna kill them like that, man.
Because it's not the Saints offense gonna kill it.
Can't even kick field goals over there.
when you got 10 million 3 and outs, that's what happens. When you 3 and out, 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 at some point your defense gets tired.
Right.
Who did they play the last 4 or 5 weeks? So
they didn't go out 4 or 5. They wasn't going 3 and out against the Packers.
And the Packers defense is good since when?
All right, man. The Bears by 3, my brother.
No, I'm just saying.
And I bet y'all a 6-pack of old style.
Hey,
yeah, you better do something light. You better not put no money behind it.
All right, man. I mean, gentlemen's bet, man.
All right, cool. Whatever.
A bottle or whatever y'all drinking.
All right.
Yo, it down there to you, man.
All right, we'll see. Because
Hey,
man,
okay, I got you. And
I don't pick the Bears
we'll definitely make it work.
Fan, but I just have a feeling that they're gonna beat the Saints this weekend.
Okay. I ain't mad at you, brother.
Hey.
I ain't mad at
Do
you.
your thing, brother.
I have zero faith in Mitch Trubisky. I have zero faith in I have zero faith in this. This whole coaching staff, the play calling. I want them. I want the Bears to be better, but I think the Bears. I don't think the Bears. I think people in Chicago are. As a matter of fact, it's not just a Bear thing. I think the sports fans in Chicago are too good for the ownership groups that are in Chicago. If the Chicago sports teams ownership group invested half of what Chicagoans invest in the Bears, the Bulls, the Hawks, the White Sox, and the Cubs, those teams will contend every year. But they know people are going to keep having hope. I was talking to this dude the other day. He was telling me about how in your lifetime, you can't think of another city that got championships like Chicago. I was like, LA, my friend. And I'm like, New York? I mean, I was like, are you kidding? But
you need me to keep going? Like,
I was like, what you think I'm 11? right. I was just like, what? But still, man, we didn't. Man, nobody could contend with the Bulls. I was like, did you not see the Lakers win 6 in the last 20 years?
Right.
The Lakers have won 6 titles since Jordan retired. But it's just like, and it ain't a knock against Bear fan. I want the Bears to be good. The question I have for everybody who's a Bear fan, people have questions for Bear fans is, do the Bears ownership want them to win? That's the question I have.
I don't think so.
Do the Bears ownership? That's why I'm a Bear fan by default. Because I'm a lover of my city. That's it. Okay. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a Bear fan. Devonta Smith is the 2020 Heisman Trophy winner. Big ups to that young brother, wide receiver, do everything player out of Alabama. Big ups to him. I mean, I don't have no hate for the Bears, but it's just like, it's hard being a Chicago sports fan. Shout out to Lauren for making it in. It's all good. You chose to be here. And for those who haven't done it already, please subscribe to the channel. Please go to Built for This Network Radio, subscribe to the channel, hit like. And because Chief Rock is going to be doing his shows from there as well. We are we expanding. We continuing to grow, and we're gonna continue to make this thing work for us, man. I mean, it's fun. It's paying off. The hard work's paying off, and now we kicking ass. We got the Mandelions versus the Mike Tomlins. For those who don't know who Mandelion is, it is my main man Mandelion, New Max Radio. He's a he's from Ohio. He's a big time Cleveland Brown fan, which I give him all the respect for that. And I may sound like a hypocrite saying I'm a Brown fan, but what I can say, the reason I can respect Mandelion for being a Browns fan is because the Browns do it wrong. I think Chicago sports teams do it cheap. They ain't not throwing money out there. I think the Chicago sports teams do not want to spend money. The Browns spend money wrong. I can deal with a dummy versus a miser. That's what I'm saying. I think the Bears are misers. I think the ownership groups of the Browns over the last year, they are overzealous. Like the dude in DC, he always want to have his hand on everything and blowing Daniel Snyder. This dude is keep meddling and picking and this don't let people do their jobs, and they keep getting it wrong. Mike Brown in Cincinnati, dudes in Chicago, they know I'm gonna get a $250 million check in April, and I'm gonna get another one in October.
Facts.
What am I doing? And then I'm gonna get consent and all that. And that's why and what solidified this for me when they did that renovation in Soldier Field where where the Bears play. This is what solidified that. At the time, Michael McCaskey, George Halas's grandson, was running the team, and he was like, "If y'all don't give me the money, I'm gonna leave." Al Davis said, "I'll come," and he was like, "Wait a minute." Al Davis said, "Are you leave Chicago? I dare you. They'll be the Chicago Raiders before Monday.
I dare you."
And it's Sunday at noon. So, and then he calmed down. So it just, hey man, I ain't trying to hear it, man. I'm not trying to hear it. And well, anyway, you got the Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who y'all got? Either one of y'all can take the floor.
I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers. Granted, they always say they split the season series in regards to what's going on, but we know what happened in Week 17, more so where the rest of the starters, pretty much Browns is playing for their life. They just so happen to win. I don't think that's gonna happen this time. I do hope the running game, because I'm a fan of Nick Chubb, a fan of Kareem Hunt. Hopefully they get the running game going, but as far as it goes, I do think Big Ben with the noodle arm should be able to get this rolling and at least get them out of this round.
Illinois?
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Steelers, man. They almost beat them with Mason Rudolph. Watt didn't play. Just a bunch of the other defensive players didn't play. I'm rolling with the Steelers, man. I like the story of the Cleveland Browns, but it's just not this year, man.
I totally agree with both of y'all, and the fact that I don't really have a lot of faith in Baker Mayfield. And again, and we're gonna talk about the last story about quarterbacks, but I don't have a lot of faith in Baker Mayfield, and he was doing all that acting a fool, and he let you know that I was doing this because everybody was watching me. One of the wide receivers is down, Hodge. One of the best offensive linemen is out, Patino. The damn head coach got the boo-boo flu. Another offensive lineman is out. Nick Harris is out. They got too many injuries, and this is ending to an awesome story. Everybody and their mother's brother said that the Cleveland Browns was gonna stink this year. Man, everybody was same old sorry ass Browns. Big up to Mandelion for always standing up next to his team. I got nothing but respect for that, man. I mean, I understand the pain. I'm a Raiders fan, I'm a Bear fan by default because I'm a Chicago and I'm always rooting for my home team. But the team that I chose for myself is the Raiders. And a lot of this is dude that me and Ant called Mud Shack. How you gonna be a Raiders fan? They suck. I'm like, yeah. When the last time they won the World Series, the Super Bowl? I was like 2 years before the Bears did. When the last time they went to the Super Bowl, I was like the year before the Bears did. So, and I'm just like,
Right.
I'm like, dude, you're pissing in the wind. You know, it's like, you know, but the reason, again, some people may say it's an excuse, but I'm going to say this. Again, the dude who owned the Cleveland Browns is a doofus, and he's doing it wrong. He's overzealous. The same overzealous behavior belongs to Al Davis, because he should be building for the future. I'm like, the man 85, ain't no damn future. The future is tomorrow with him. Every day is the future when you're 85 years old. So,
Facts.
You know, Lauren said, "Oh, it's kind of cute."
There she go. Well, thank you.
Look, I knew that was coming. But the question I have before, and we're gonna shut the show down with that, is this: is the NFL handling quarterbacks properly? Are they getting enough time? Are they looking at the dollar amount and forcing these dudes out into the field of play too early? The reason I ask this question is Sam Darnold may be a serviceable quarterback. He might be Tony Romo. He might be Brad Johnson, which can get you to a Super Bowl with proper coaching. Brad Johnson actually won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
He could be better than the Fitzmagic. He could be in that vein. We got faith in Faker will fail, and there's been a bunch of guys when they got the proper coaching. Alex Smith, a dude that RC hates, and a lot of people don't have no faith in him. RC says Pittsburgh by 10, but are these guys being dismissed way too soon? And the reason I ask that question is they already talking about replacing Tua. Sam Darnold plays for the Jets. That says everything.
Right.
You play for the Jets. At one point, you play for the Raiders meant the same thing as you play for the Jets. And at the same time, I get drafted first. Tua had no training camp. He wasn't fully healthy. And now, look. And could it be a racial component to it, though? But now he was 11. He had 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And they talk about, well, maybe we need to get rid of him. And why? After your rookie season?
It's like it wasn't even a full 16.
Help me understand.
It wasn't even full 16 games.
What do y'all think?
Like, you're right. It wasn't even full 16
he had
games.
Now, and he still got 11 touchdowns. That's a touchdown.
It's wild.
If you get a touchdown a game, you ain't doing so bad. And your team won 10. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I think it's a little like buyer's remorse in regards to it. I mean, more so is anybody looks good at Alabama. You're the Alabama quarterback, so you look great. Granted, he got hurt. They brought him in, and maybe they're seeing like, oh, well, maybe it ain't exactly what we thought it was. But it's like, isn't that your job as coaches? Like, as your coaching staff to be able to say,
media saying this. It's the media saying
okay. Okay, well, you know what? I retract that whole statement then. The media. Forget the media, because it's all about me. Because if this is what Miami is doing to try and make their way for the future in regards to quarterback they're gonna use, you gotta rock with them. You got to at this point, because you took Fitzpatrick out, and even though not saying Fitzpatrick is all of the be all, but Fitzpatrick was rolling. He was making sure that you got Tua healthy to be able to learn the playbook and start learning the games. You took him out, threw Tua in, and Tua wasn't ready. So overall, you kind of shot your load too fast, like with regards to what you wanted to do. You jacked. So more so, you have to look at yourself and say, all right, what are we going to develop next? How are we going to make this so next season we come out on fight? But we talk about the Dolphins again.
Well, in the Dolphins' defense, I wouldn't put the Dolphins in that group. Because, okay, they haven't been able to replace Dan Marino. But when Jimmy went down there, they was decent. Dave Wanstead had them decent. They had a couple bad years, and then they got Chad Pennington, and they was decent. So Miami, I wouldn't put them in the Chicago Bears, Raiders, Lions, Reds, Washington football team category. I wouldn't put Jets. I wouldn't put them there. But I get what you're saying. I wouldn't lump them in with the losers because they've been trying to do everything in America.
It's one thing about having bad seasons, and it's one thing about being losers. You're right.
Yeah. The Raiders at this point are losers. I don't give a damn if Al Davis was trying to win right now. They still losers because Al Davis has been dead about 8 years and they still been sucking 5 of them 8 years. Or 6 of them 8 years. 5. I'll say 5 of them 8 years. So
Facts.
So, but like I said, man, to me, it ain't about winning right now. It's about, are you picking? See, because it's easy. I get something I hate about sports commentary is Joe from Houston is the baddest mother sucker we ever seen. That joker can every team in the league get him, and then Team X get him, and you get hurt 3 or 4. You sign a 5-year deal, you get hurt 3 years. You have 1 good year, then you get hurt again. Why did they even get Joe? Because he was the man. Because before Joe got to this team, he was the man. Everybody wanted him. I can't do that. I refuse to do that. And a lot of these teams, again, the Buffalo Bills, they fall victim to that. A lot of teams fall victim to that. And I'm not gonna fall victim to, oh man, see, they just like the Jets. They just like the Raiders. They just like the Browns. No. Some of these teams just suck at running a team, and other teams don't want to win. And like even though I got a hex on them, like what's his name, Joe the Curse of the Bambino. Now the Lions, they just suck at running a football team. I don't think they lose because, like the Browns, the Bears, and the Redskins lose because of their ownership. Incompetence. The Raiders the same way. The Raiders has been snake. I think Al Davis put so much bad juju in the universe. It's gonna be 4 or 5 years before they got about 2 more years to get back. So
he broke too many mirrors, got too many years of bad luck.
Yeah. He screwed over too many people, man. I mean, the DeMarcus Allen debacle, what's someone named Art Shell debacle. Al Davis screwed too many people, and I think that's why the Raiders part of the Raiders. I'm very serious when I say that. I think that's part of the Raiders' issue of y'all suck right now because y'all didn't want to do things the right way. What do you think, Big Illinois?
Facts. Okay. Well, yeah.
No, I think it's just that whole thing about the everybody want to win now, but they're not putting these people in position to win now.
Exactly.
Just kind of like the backup quarterback is the most popular person on the team, except they using first-round picks for this type of shit. So, I mean, if you don't have the coach or the personnel for that particular quarterback that you're picking, I mean, that they'll never pan out, man.
Right.
So do you pick that quarterback and then try and build around him too, or is it only like
both of y'all talking at the same time?
Still need some seasoning to sit behind someone 1 or 2 years. I mean, because think about it. If with even Lamar Jackson, for instance, even if Lamar had somebody that he could have sat for a year, maybe a year and a half, as far as the passing aspect of it, I think he would have been better.
Yeah.
And Lamar's good. You see what I'm saying? So it's just that I think that's the whole NFL with the backup situation is kind of I still don't understand why they don't draft for if somebody gets hurt.
I agree.
You put all your money in Ryan Fitzpatrick, but yeah, I just don't understand the NFL, man.
Yeah, I don't either. What were you saying, Joe? You asked a big Illinois question.
I was more so saying, so do you just pick that quarterback and then try and build around him, or do you wait till you build everything you need and then get the quarterback? Because as far as it goes, we in Tennessee they have a very formidable team, but they banking everything on Ryan Tannehill.
Right.
Well,
now, but that's kind of a tricky situation though, because if you think about it like this, if you got the number one pick and Trevor Lawrence is sitting there, but you got say Trevor Lawrence falls and don't get picked in those first two picks, and you Miami. Do you pick Trevor Lawrence?
No, I wouldn't.
So it's kind of like a tricky situation.
I wouldn't.
The consensus best player in the draft. Some general managers pick the best player as opposed to what they actually need.
But the teams that win pick what they need. Me personally, Joe, it doesn't make a difference what you do.
Right.
But see, the old NFL was like this. This is why the NFL used to be, and this is why college football is always going to be a great situation. The old NFL used to be, I see Joe Montana as my man, but I'm going to pick somebody to replace him. Like, I remember when Terry Bradshaw was getting older, there was this kid on the bench named David Woodley. David Woodley ended up going to the UCFL, United some football league. It was like the ABA of the NBA. Whatever. And he was sitting on the bench with the Pittsburgh Steelers, waiting on Terry Bradshaw to get old. It was this dude. He was a punter by the name of Danny White.
Okay.
He was the dude who was supposed to replace Roger Staubach, and he actually took them to back-to-back NFC Championship games. You had Jeff Hostetler behind Phil Simms. You had the Raiders drafted this bum named Mark Wilson, who could only play with a running game, and they had Jim Plunkett taking them to Super Bowl. So back in the day, you had Ron Jaworski, one-time league MVP, the first dude to take the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl, but they drafted Randall Cunningham and let Randall Cunningham develop. And by the time Randall Cunningham developed, that's how the Washington Redskins won 3 Super Bowls in the 80s. Joe Theismann was the man. He breaks his leg. He goes to 2 Super Bowls, breaks his leg. And they had this, he was a Rudy, but I can't think his name. He had a big nose. Number 10, Jay Schrader. He was on the bench. And on the bench behind him was Doug Williams. And then they draft Mark Rippon to replace who was sitting on the bench behind Doug Williams. And they kept, it was a revolving. You had Troy Aikman. And then the same year you draft
rotation shit.
And then you go get Steve Berline from the Raiders. And then you go get, when you lose Berline, you go get Bernie Kosar, who was killing it with the Browns. So everybody, as Big Illinois said, everybody used to have a succession plan, and these dudes out here just like, whatever. We doing what we got to do, which is kind of stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're doing what you got to do and it ain't working, like, why would you put Tua out there with no training camp and then start talking about replacing? That's just stupid, man.
Touche.
It makes absolutely zero sense that you got Tua out there and nothing to replace him with. Chief Rocket say the vote in Georgia is close. The Democrats, the women. He was a punter too. Yeah, Danny White was a punter. Yup, he was a punter. Danny White. So, hell, hey, fun fact, Randall Cunningham was the best punter in the NCAA the year he got drafted. He set NCAA punting records.
Right.
So, And before we get up out of here, the last thing we're gonna talk about is the National Football League MVP. Either one of y'all can take the floor. I'll close out. Take the floor and your parting shot. Oh, no, we do parting shots in a minute.
You want to go ahead, John?
Okay. All right. Let me. I'm gonna go ahead because I got. Hey, yo, Dre, I got something to say. Like overall, in regards to this NFL, there's a lot been going on this season. You know, we have our quarterbacks that's been doing their things, but I still feel that Derrick Henry has not gotten the respect that he deserves in regards to actually being fully considered in the MVP race. Because I mean, I know we got it. We've thrown the situation around. Can he do it? Can he do it? But what this man did this year, not too many people have done it. You know, so in regards to this, I do want to know, is it more so the MVP? Is it just for quarterbacks? Because if that's the case, then we need to have something else for these, maybe the offensive player of the year then, or something of the sort. Because I do feel that Derrick Henry is getting a slight in regards to this. Because all we're truly hearing is Aaron Rodgers, you know, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, you know, Eric Russell, you know, then we threw in Derrick Henry. But it's like, oh, is a running back going to be able to win it? I feel that he should. So for this, I'm rolling with Derrick Henry.
Big Illinois?
Man, I was debating. Aaron Rodgers had all-world season going to a wide-open receiver, but that's something else. But you know what, man? I might have to agree with Joe, man. I think Derrick Henry, man,
Let's go. Hey, I mean, hey, and all it takes is what? That's why I wanted to go first.
And somebody brought up Derrick Henry in the middle of the season. And I was like, man, that's what they doing enough to carry, but he's carried that team, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody with me.
If I was voting, I would go Derrick Henry, Josh Allen, and then Aaron Rodgers. And that's not the Bear fan in me hating. It's just that he just goes to wide open receivers, man. I don't this shit ain't really no pressure on him, man. But anyway, I mean he's killing though. So 48 touchdowns, you can't beat that, man. So he's gonna end up winning it, but Derrick Henry should get a lot of first place votes,
man. I'm with Joe. I definitely think Derrick Henry is the league MVP, and it goes back to what John. There's, you know what, we got one more topic here. John Sally made this statement. I want y'all to opinion on that. I think Derrick Henry is clearly the league MVP. We can talk about Tannehill's stats, but when Tannehill was in Miami, was he looking that good? He ain't learned nothing over these last few weeks. It's just when you got a safety in the box and you got the entire line, just like when Lamar Jackson runs the ball, they always do additional motion as if Lamar Jackson's going to take the outside. All the linebackers key on him, and the running back gets a ride up and he get a walk into the end zone. He get a one-on-one with a defender going into the end zone, make it look like they got the whole play wrong. And that's the same thing with Derrick Henry. You got two high safeties, and then you got linebackers that are taking steps back. And then when you gonna hand it to Derrick Henry, everybody comes in and he's throwing the one-on-one throughout the whole secondary. So I'm not respecting those numbers. I don't respect any numbers in the National Football League anymore because y'all made it so people cannot defend you. So I ain't trying to hear it. Right. And two, it just, I'm tired. They are always trying to take the value away from his running back. And every time you turn around, Drew Brees don't look like Drew Brees without a running game. Tom Brady don't look like Tom Brady without a running game. Nobody looks big time without a running game unless you are super duper special. Like Patrick Mahomes looks special without a running game, but that's Patrick Mahomes. Dan Marino was looking special without a running game. That's Dan Marino. That's John Elway. So unless you are the cream of the crop, unless you Warren Moon, John Elway, Joe Montana, you are looking extremely average without the running game. So no, it's running. It's Henry's the league MVP. John Sally, and then we're gonna go. John Sally made this statement, which made me go, wow. Again, another dude who knew nothing about sport, DJ Blatt. Blatt was like, did Giannis Antetokounmpo deserve to be league MVP? And John Sally said no. He said, but he is the most valuable player to the league. He said they rode the LeBron train as long as they could, but LeBron James is political, so they don't want to attach themselves to that political thing. They don't mind LeBron doing that, but LeBron James at the end of his run, he said the league MVP is not the best player. It's the dude that is most valuable to the league, and to that you guys say what?
I understand what they're saying 100%, and we've been saying that for the year, because even the people that have had the best quote unquote season didn't win MVP. You know, we said that when Steph won his first couple, he was saying, well, James Harden was doing his thing. You know, James Harden did it with Clint Capella. He did it with Dwight Howard, only played 15 games. You know, he did it with his best player being me and you. Like, we understand it's more so it's the who's the best face of the league in regards to who's gonna win MVP. You know, we talked about how they cut LeBron's, you know, his interview up talking about, you know, well, the best player and the MVP is two different people, type thing. But we understood what he was trying to say. But the way the media cut it is just like, oh, Steph may be the best player for the league, but I'm the best player overall type thing. So it's weird. It's real weird, and MVP is more so popularity vote in regards to who they, like you said, who can be the political face of the league now.
Big Illinois.
Yeah, man, it's even though LeBron, in most cases, he led the league in assists at that age, and he's been in the league this long. I mean, you could make an argument for him being the MVP every year. It's kind of like that Jordan argument, and that's the issue that Mahomes, if he continue to play like he's playing now, he gonna run into this every year too. Even though they the best players in the league, there's always gonna be somebody that, like a Karl Malone, that's gonna sneak up and have a good stretch of 1 or 2 years. That's gonna end up being the best player or the MVP for that particular year. That don't mean that they're the best player in the league. It just means that they had the best year.
Yeah, most valuable to the league.
Right. Other than, you know, because a lot of people don't like voting for the same people. Like, I'm not a LeBron hater, but I don't want to see the Lakers on TV all the fucking time now. I want to see somebody else. I mean, that's
not the question.
LeBron is just everybody. You get tired of seeing the Patriots or back in the 90s or the 80s when we were the Raiders used to be on at the 3 o'clock on ABC every week.
That's how I became a Raider fan.
Right. Yeah.
What's you saying, Joe?
But hey, let me play devil's advocate. Hey, but what if the Spurs were on all the time in every single championship? Would you get tired of that, sir?
That's different.
And see, that's why I never make that statement. Because if y'all winning, y'all winning.
Right.
One thing about the National Football League in recent history, I would say over the last 25 years, since the 80s, everybody's on TV. to watch the Redskins on TV, the Cleveland Browns on TV, the Bengals on TV. Everybody gets a nationally televised game. It's easy to do that with 16 games. Well, then again, it might be a little harder because you still want to showcase the talent. But everybody with such a condensed schedule. But he's right. But I never say I'm tired of them winning. I'm tired. You do get tired of them being on TV, but for the most part, the NFL does a great job, but the NBA does a horrible job because this dude's out. I've never seen Mitch Richmond play on TV. Well, when Mitch Richmond was with the Sacramento Kings, I never seen him play on TV. It could be because they were horrible, but at the same time, why the hell aren't the Sacramento Kings on TV? But you'll put the Bulls, you'll put the Knicks, you'll put the Bulls and the Knicks on every Martin Luther King Day. But the Dallas Mavericks back in the day, most people don't know who Rondo Blackman is, don't know who Mark Aguirre is, Sam Perkins, James Donaldson, Roy Tarpley. They've never seen those guys play. You never saw the Supersonics play with McDaniels and McKee and Ellis and Chambers. How the hell aren't they on TV on a regular basis? So, yeah, they do it. The NBA is the worst at that. They do a piss poor job, but they really need to get that in order. But with that being said, it's time to hit the wrap it up button, man. Yeah, it's definitely time to hit the wrap it up button. We got 90 seconds before we go on. Make it brief. Let's get up out of here.
Oh man, this is a pleasure, man. Thank you for coming out to this first stream that was live for us. Definitely.
I cut my hair so I could be on the TV with y'all, man.
All right, man.
Hey, thank you everybody that came out. Appreciate it. Be safe out there. Wear your mask. Happy New Year, J5.
All right, continue to subscribe. Well, basically hit the subscribe button. Continue to support. Thank you for tuning in. This is HRap B. You on tomorrow, Big Illinois? Big Illinois. I guess he's not on tomorrow. Oh, well, tune in. Continue to support the network. As I say every week, dream those dreams and man up and warm up, live those dreams. It's life without dreams, flows in black and white, life with dreams, flows in technicolor, surround sound. Please continue to support. Hit the like button, hit the share button, do your thing. 2 fingers, 1 word. This your man HRap B. This is built for this network. Joe from Houston, Big Illinois. We are out.
Peace.
Yeah, my bad, man. My phone is